Oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't done a live in so long. I don't think it's been that long though, but welcome. I know we have Michelle in here. I'm not sure who else. Let me see. Let me turn on my comments here. And yeah, so it's 2 people. So today we are going to talk about 2020 and our goals. And oh my gosh, I am so hot right now. It's warm in here. My husband just put some wood in the furnace, and I'll be talking about my goals is to get rid of so much stock I've been hanging on to and putting it into Amazon FBA. So I just did a shipment. I got it all set. Actually, can you see I guess you can't see it. There's a box right behind me. I guess it's not tall enough. I have 4 boxes. Oh my gosh, I got long sleeves on and I'm hot. I got 4 boxes going to one place and then 2 boxes going to 2 different places. 1 to each of them. Does that make sense? Probably not. But I don't know. I'm just glad. I have so much more to pack up. And I said to my husband, should I put them all into one and send out like 12 boxes? Or should I just do smaller batches? And he's like, do it all at once. And I got so crowded by scanning and labeling stuff, I decided to just go ahead and make it smaller and send it on its way. So, all right, so I wanted to talk about 2020. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my StreamYard or my live is over here and I wanted to change it to live chat. So 2020, what did you guys do? How did you do? How was your 2020? I put lessons learned because I wanted to say that instead of like the pros and cons, because to me, there's really not a con. You kind of learn from it. You learn from whatever it is. And of course, with the pandemic, things changed so much. And I know for me, I was primarily FBA at the beginning of the year. And then Amazon said, hey, no more sending in anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Had to switch to FBM. And really from that point forward, I sent in a few more shipments once we started being able to send more in. And I really stopped all of Q4. Overwhelmingly, I'd say 90% of the stuff at Amazon that I was selling was all FBM. I wasn't sending in any more shipments. I think my last shipment was the end of October, and it was a pretty small shipment. Hey, good morning, Cornhusker. Yeah, so I primarily did FBM, and one of my goals for 2021 is to stop doing FBM, not fully, but go back and start sending more stuff FBA. So I got this. I'm going to send it in. I'm going to see how it does. I still see where I'll look at a product and I'm going to, I'll be thinking about sending it FBA, and I see that the FBAs are delivery dates into February. And I'm like, no, I'm going to stick with FBM, which really stinks. It's making it difficult, my space. And I know I've talked to you guys many times about organization. And I have been, I've been overwhelmed with my disorganization. I'll get myself organized, and then it seems like within a week I'm unorganized again, and I just got stuff everywhere. And that's where I'm at like right now. I've run out of space on storing my eBay and my FBM. So I need to get the FBM out of here. So that's my plan. I did scan some of my FBM and decided to hang on to it. And of course, some things I scanned, stickered, polybagged, bubble wrapped, put it behind me, ready to go, and I sold it. I hadn't taken it down from FBM yet. So this morning, I actually went ahead and took all of my FBM is now inactive because I got to go and take everything off from FBM that I had boxed up to go FBA. Okay, so let's see. So Michelle says, I ended with an uptick in sales, motivation for 2021. Yes, I know you were sharing with me that you were getting some good sales. I think that was last week. And last week was, so I can't remember if it was after the 1st or if it was before the 1st. But I was surprised. Christmas Day, the sales I was getting were crazy. Well, so I did a video on my planner. I'm actually using it. And on Monday, I sent out 116 packages. So that's pretty good. Since then, I've only done 22, 20, and only 19 today. So things are slowing down, but I haven't been listing as much. I only listed 6 items on Monday and 5 on Tuesday, and I didn't list any yesterday because I had brought my mother to get some surgery done on her eyes yesterday. So my whole day really was primarily taking care of her. And even though she took a nap, I stayed upstairs just to kind of be in the area for her. And I worked on my accounting, which I will talk about when it comes to 2021, because that's going to change some of the things that I'm doing. So I don't do any resolutions. I had to think about it. I don't do any New Year's resolutions. I gave them up a few years ago when I never stick to them. So I said, no, I'm not going to do anymore. But I do like to set some goals, or at least last year I set like money goals. And, it's really hard when things change. Like so much changed with last year that the money stuff just kind of went crazy. Although I hit my goal for Amazon, the overall for the year, but like my month to month wasn't that great because like the month of March I did okay, but April really slowed down because I wasn't able to go out and source like I normally source. So that was tough for me. So for 2020, my big thing was just learning the word of the year last year was pivoting. You heard that all the time. You got to pivot your business. And also diversify your portfolio of businesses and platforms you're selling on. So if you're doing, I know one person who I haven't heard from in quite a while. He's usually used to be on Scott the Bearded Picker's channel, John. He was primarily FBA, but he would send pallets in, and he was all wholesale, that kind of stuff. And when he got cut off, he couldn't send stuff in. He couldn't pivot to all of a sudden fulfill FBM. He was too big. So that was really a struggle for him. And then I know that he sold flags, and the US made flags. The manufacturing had shut down. So all of a sudden he didn't have the supplies, and his supplies from like China and stuff were getting backlogged, and the shipping containers were costing more money. All of that kind of stuff was kind of compounding for him. And I know it's challenged him. I don't know what he's doing now because I haven't heard from him. So I'd be curious to know how he's changed his plan. Hey, Happy New Year's, JJ and AJ Gaming Squad. So I have a son, AJ, by the way, and he games. I don't think you're him though, because I don't know who JJ would be with the AJ. And but hey, welcome to the channel. Actually, I'm sending off, I don't know if you do Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sending off some Dungeon and Dragon items today to FBA. I was thinking the other day, I haven't seen Grumpy in a while. I know. I don't know where he is. What's up with him? No idea. So that's my 2020. I think really the big thing is just learning to change. Not only am I overwhelmed with FBM stuff, but I'm overwhelmed with bubble wrap and boxes. And I mean, I needed all of it. It was crazy how much, like even shipping supplies I needed. And of course, I ordered in August from the USPS, their free shipping priority mail items. And I didn't get them in September. I was like, okay, I got to place another order. I'm not sure what happened to that order. And then I got both of the orders. And now I have so many 12 by 12 boxes and 7 by 7 boxes. Hey, good morning, Maggie Doodle. So we're talking about 2020 and what lessons you may have learned through 2020. And then I kind of started talking about 2021 and what I am going to be doing different in my business. And definitely, oh, hi, Laura. Let me just make sure I say hi to everyone as you pop in. And hi, Chris. Yeah, FBM was crazy. Get many returns on Amazon. I have gotten a few because of late delivery. And I told them, as people were asking, when they hit the 3-month mark or 3-week mark and they hadn't gotten their items, I had told them, just please be patient, hold out. If it gets there after Christmas and you still don't want the item, just open a return. So I do have some things coming back couple of them I'm kind of disappointed in because they were, more seasonal items. So it's kind of hard for me to do anything with them after the season. But I'll do. I mean, I did pretty well sales wise. So I guess it's just part of the business, right? I mean, unfortunately, the post office really screwed the pooch on this one. Like, they really did bad. And I feel bad because I know the employees themselves did as best they can, at least the ones that I know personally. My postal guy is amazing. And he's just done a wonderful job for me. But they were getting stuck in the distribution centers like Syracuse, New York, and Rochester. Things sat there for so long. I still have things from December 11th sitting there. I got 4 returns on Baby Yoda. Oh, I got a Chewbacca returned and I relisted it. And within a day, it resold again for $4 more. So the prices actually had gone up on the Chewbacca. I think that's one thing that's kind of nice, at least when you can resell it and make more money. I am waiting for a couple like refunds on some items. I ended up refunding a couple customers and I'm waiting on that. Oh, I had an A to Z claim for an item that got stalled. They filed an A to Z claim instead of like harassing me continually. And Amazon said they were going to take care of it and it wasn't a ding on my account. I wish more of my customers would do that. And I don't know if it's okay to point them in that direction or not. So I haven't been doing that. But I did want to say, let me see if I can pull up the numbers. Hold on. I got to open up an app I have on my phone because I posted it in my Discord group. Let me see if I can find where I posted it. So there was something on Amazon. I was really surprised. I was looking at my return reports. Well, I don't know where it is, and I don't want to sit here and take this time. But pretty much the report was showing me how many returns I got on Amazon, and it was showing how many were FBM and how many were FBA and what my sales were. I had almost exactly the same amount of sales, FBA and FBM last year, but my returns were like so much higher if it was an FBA item. Isn't that weird? So if somebody's buying from what they say Amazon and they just are more apt to return it, maybe they feel like they're returning it to Amazon, they just don't realize they're buying from like you and I. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting that I don't know. I was really surprised by the numbers. I mean, it was a considerable difference. Yeah, I'm holding out because I know the value will go up on Baby Yoda. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, if you haven't been selling Baby Yoda items or Grogu, the child Mandalorian, I pretty much, that's what I sourced all quarter for. I went out and I was buying the Hallmark ornaments, the socks from Walmart, the slippers from Walmart. Right now, there's calendars at Walmart. Amazon was on the listing and kept the price down, but Amazon is not on the listing. So if you can find the calendars, I think they're $10. I got one right here I bought for myself, but I didn't pick up any to resell because Amazon was on the listing, but now they have fallen off and the price has gone up where it's profitable now. So you can pick up those calendars. What else did I sell, Baby Yoda? Oh, I sold the Mandalorian Advent calendars. They had at Big Lots. The Pez candy dispensers. Those were selling pretty good, but I still have so many of them on hand. Like so many of them. They're not moving at all. The price dropped considerably on Amazon. I can't even remember if I have them on eBay anymore. I think I may have taken them off because they were selling quicker on Amazon. And I'll have to double check because I still have a lot of them. Maybe I'll just lot them up, but they'll probably become a collectible at some point. So I guess I probably have, well, I have a whole bag full. I probably have about 40 to 50 of them sitting over there. They were $1.50 a piece, so it's still like over $50 tied up into that. So 2021. So let's talk about what my goals are. And if you guys could share what your goals are for 2021. So I talked about my planner, if anybody saw that video earlier this week, and I got my goals written down in here. And my number one goal I shouldn't say this is even number one. These are really in not any particular order, but I wrote them down. I guess this is how I was thinking, but accounting. So I started off last year. I went and opened up a separate bank account, never transferred my online deposits to go to it. So I got to do that. I got to take it out. Although where everything is going is kind of the only thing really that's personal out of it is, well, I shouldn't say that because we use a credit card. I use a credit card for all of my purchases. It's a points credit card, and I get rewards for it. And we put everything on that. So I do use my household stuff. My husband has a card. He puts all his stuff on it and my business. So my stuff is mixed. But accounting, I need to get better at not waiting 6 months to catch up on my accounting. So my plan is to do it monthly, but I'm actually thinking about maybe even doing it weekly, at least part of it. My cost of goods, I spent last night, I don't even know how many hours. I bet you I spent like 7 hours just inputting cost of goods for eBay items on a spreadsheet yesterday. Well, it took me forever just to find the report that I had been running to remember which one it was. Because, with eBay, they only keep your stuff for 3 months and then it's gone. So you got to remember to run those reports. So accounting is my number one. I've got to do better on my accounting / bookkeeping. It's not just the taxes, but it's just nice to know. So there was something I was selling those, speaking of Baby Yoda, I was selling those inflatables that you could get at Walmart. And I thought I was doing really well with them. And then I was doing my cost of goods, updating that because, the other thing is with Amazon, sometimes I'll list stuff in the store if it's a hot seller. And I don't always go back and input the cost into Inventory Lab. So I was doing that yesterday too. And I was shocked by how little I actually made on those inflatables. So I'm like, man, if I would have been on top of it quicker, I would have realized that I really wasn't making enough after shipping. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I'm doing mine weekly. Oh, that's good. Good for you, Jeanette. I mean, my big thing is really the other platforms. Amazon. Amazon, I use Inventory Lab, so it's pretty quick for me to grab that stuff. But I need to remember as soon as I list something in the store, when I get home, I need to go in Inventory Lab and update the cost. Update it before it sells, because with Inventory Lab, if I sell 50 of something, I have to go to every single sale and input the cost. But if I do it before it sells, it's so much more time savings. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to bookkeeping. Yeah, I've even thought about, I don't know when is a good time to hire somebody. I don't mind doing my taxes. And I think if I get to a point where maybe in March or April, I'm behind and I'm not doing my bookkeeping like I'm planning on, I might go ahead and actually hire somebody to do it. That's one of the things I've talked about many times that, if you're putting something down on your to-do list or you're saying to yourself, oh, I got to get this done. And you continually or the next day you're saying, oh, I got to get this done. The next day, next thing you know, it's a month and you're still on your to-do list. Then maybe it's something you either need to get off the pot and do, right? Or you need to say, I need to hire somebody to do it, or it's just not that important to do. So I'm sure there's a fourth option, but that's how my mind thinks. I keep a cost of goods spreadsheet and enter everything in as I buy it. Wow. I put it in my custom SKU on eBay. And of course, with Amazon, it's in my Inventory Lab. But I don't know if I'd want to do everything in it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say everything in a spreadsheet because I end up taking it. I take my sales report for the month and then it has the custom SKU. I add another column that says cost of goods and I take it from, because my custom SKU isn't I can't total up my custom SKU because it says, it has my bin number and it'll say A4 for the bin. And then it says WM for Walmart and $3. Well, 0300. So then I take that 0300 and I put it into the cost of goods as $3. So I sat there literally just saying $3 down and, going up and down or down the column, just kind of putting that stuff over last night. But I think if I didn't wait and do it at the end of the year and have, 2,000 items, it probably wouldn't have been as time consuming. Where if I was just doing it either weekly, which is my plan is hopefully weekly. But it's just finding the time to put that in, right? Making that an important thing because it's not a fun thing. So for me, if I have an hour of time, I'd rather go live and talk to you guys, or I'd rather go out sourcing, or there's always just something more important or more fun to do than accounting. So I definitely need to come up with, well, that would be my number 2. Consistency is my number 2 goal for this year, is to be more consistent with my bookkeeping, more consistent with listing, more consistent with sourcing, more consistent with YouTube, right? Because my YouTube has really suffered during Q4 because I was just so busy reselling that I let my YouTube go. And I think there's still ways that I can figure out. Like I started doing shorts, doing more travel time. I've stopped editing most of my videos. I'm just like throwing them up because I want my YouTube to stay active. And hopefully you guys don't mind listening to my ums and ahs and coughs and stuff like that. I mean, normally if I was editing, I would edit out that second of a cough. But now I'm just like, oh, sorry, and going on because it's easier for me just to throw it up there than to edit all of that out because I don't have time for editing right now. And I don't want to pay somebody to edit the coughs and ums and ahs out of my videos. Maybe sometime, but right now I don't want to do that. So Laura, yes, weekly accounting. So is that what you have been doing, Laura, or is that one of your goals? I'm always amazed when I watch Victoria and oh my gosh. What? I can't believe I just drew a blank of her name. It's their channel on Sundays. Katie and Vicky, they do a show on Sundays and they always will tell you their numbers. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do you get all that and calculate that so quickly? Like, I'm just amazed that they can do it. So if they can do it, there's got to be a way that I can find a way to do it on a more regular basis. So that is one of the things I'm trying to do weekly. If not, I'll at least going to do it every month. Like I just got my eBay December invoice. Normally I didn't think I got that until like the 14th of the month, but I just got it. So that's really great if they're going to be able to send me an invoice that quickly. I don't keep track of each individual item. I list the invoice total and the number of items. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't do things like individual. I do on my spreadsheet for cost of goods, but I can't tell you the profit on an item unless it's Amazon because Inventory Lab will provide that to me. But on eBay, I could just tell you how much I sold it for. And, I guess I could probably figure it out. Well, not if I did like shipping through pirate ship. Then that would just require even more work. And I don't want to do that. Because I don't really care. In the long run, it's just overall, am I making money? My 2021 goal is creating a schedule that allow me consistent listing. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like my whole plan now is to list every day. Again, I didn't list yesterday though, because I was just with my mom and things. Sometimes you need to accept that there are things sometimes more important than your reselling, and it's okay. It's okay if you go off your schedule for a day, just get back on the next day. I didn't want to be down here taking pictures of stuff, and poor planning on my part. I should have taken pictures. But I was also getting that FBA shipment ready. It's just hard to fit everything in, so I had to prioritize. I like the travel time chit chats. Lots of good info. No editing needed. Well, thanks, Holly. I like doing them. I have one from this weekend, and then I decided I'm not even going to put it up because I feel like I didn't really give any new content. Sometimes it's hard to come up with what to talk about. I feel like I repeated myself from stuff I've said before. Oh, so it's a goal, weekly accounting. Okay. Yeah, it is tough. Hey, good morning, Phil. So Phil is still using, I'm pretty sure it was you that left that comment, you're still using Post-its, right? You don't use a planner or a calendar to keep track of stuff. You use Post-its and Scotch tape. I was listening to, speaking of humor, he left a comment on one of my videos that was funny. And I was listening to, hold on, because I have it over here. Oh, no, I didn't. I took it away. What is their name? A Pure Hustle podcast? I don't know if you guys listen to them. Oh, I just sold the Catan dice. Good. I dropped my price because I got a Vero on a Catan board game. And yesterday I just happened to notice I had the Catan dice for sale. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm probably going to get another Vero. So let's drop the price and sell those quickly. I wanted to show you this Pure Hustle. All right. So if you can, all right. See, oh yeah, see that right there? Pure Hustle. So they have a YouTube channel and they have a podcast, and I like to listen to them. And they were just talking about, one of them had gotten feedback that was funny. I think they said it may have been lyrics to a song or a quote from a movie, but it had nothing to do with what he had sold, like some AT&T something or another. And so they were like, you know what, as a seller, I'll be professional. But I think when I buy something, they were saying they were going to do that. Just put something that's just random and funny in the comments for feedback. And I thought that's really fun. I love when I get funny comments. All right. So Laura says, I found there was a lot of items that were not profitable that I sold. Yeah, I had some of those. Need to find a better way to find more profitable products. Sometimes I think I was telling you guys, I have right here. Let me grab them because I got so many of them. So like these games, I think I showed these to you guys before. I scanned these and they didn't come up. So I did a front scan and they came up as a listing in Amazon. And I was like, wow, those are really profitable. I'm going to buy them all. These were at Dollar General. So I bought, they had a whole sleeve of them. And then I hit up a ton of Dollar Generals that day because it was 50% off all their toys. And I bought every one of these that I saw. I don't even know how many I have, but I got a lot of them. And I had them listed on Amazon. And then I sold a couple and I went to package it and I realized, and I don't know why I didn't see it before, this cover is exactly the same as the full size box. I had mistaken this for the big box. So this is a bad buy because I bought all these. I threw them up on eBay. There's no listing on Amazon. Thankfully, I noticed it and took it down after those 2 sales. But I got a ton of these now, as well as those Baby Yoda Pez dispensers. So I think sometimes we do bad buys. I think that you need to I'm still learning when to go deep on something and when to just buy a few. So the Lifesaver, I woke up this morning. I'll tell you, I dream about reselling. I think about it all the time. I wake up thinking about it. And this morning I started thinking about my Lifesaver boxes. The boxes of Lifesavers. As a kid, we used to always get them. Well, those are usually a good seller. And I'm usually doing FBA. Well, this year I picked up 4 of them and I listed them FBM. And I haven't sold any of them. And I think it's because my price was probably too high because other people were probably FBM or FBAing them. But with FBM and the price of shipping, it just wasn't profitable. So I'm thinking, I got Lifesavers on hand. I'm going to have to pull them out and keep them around for when kids come to visit. Good morning. Thank you for dropping in. Somebody said, I was listening to a YouTube the other day and they said that you get better views or more people come into your chat when you schedule your lives out. And so I made sure I scheduled this out. But you know what? I think I about the same amount as when I just go live randomly. I don't like to schedule out because sometimes life gets in the way. My business gets in the way. And I used to do that Monday show all the time. And it was just, gosh, for Q4, there's no way I could have done that Monday show at noon because I was packaging orders and my post office closes at 1:30. And my husband was running out some days at 1:20 to run to the post office with my orders because I had so many on Mondays. Weekends were just crazy. People shop on the weekends. Unbelievable. So my son loves playing Catan. We used to play Catan when my kids were living here. We played games all the time. I really miss that. We had some friends stop by the other day. It's actually my husband's auto mechanic, and his wife stopped by and brought them down and showed them my business. They were intrigued to hear that I was an online reseller, and she's actually interested in getting involved in Amazon. But I was like, they were saying how they want to get together again, and I thought, great. Do you like to play games? Because I miss playing games. Is that really odd? Ask adult friends to come over and play Catan with you. I mean, we play cards, but I miss that so much. Price tankers are a real problem. Oh my gosh, they are. I have been selling some items on Amazon. They did so well for me last year. It's a seasonal item, and I've been selling them earlier this year. And thankfully, I got on them earlier this year because the price tankers have come on and the prices just really dived on them. That I pulled out. I still have some friends selling them, but I'm not. It's just not worth, like, FBM for a $3-4 profit is just not worth it for me. Bad buys, go yo boxes. Bad buys, go yo boxes. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you, oh, hold on. Bad buys, go to boxes for summer garage sale. Yes. Okay. I have we didn't have a garage sale because of course, because of COVID. People were not even having garage sales around here this year. And the ones that I was going to that had them, the people shopping at them were so low that I told my husband, let's not even bother having a garage sale because we're just not going to get the number of people here. So we have some stuff, and I hopefully this year it's different, but I have so much stuff I want to clear out and get rid of. And last year I pulled a ton of stuff. I don't know how many of you do inventory. That's on my to-do list. But last year I did inventory through the month of March, pulled out so many items off of Amazon, off of eBay to donate or just get rid of. And then eBay came out and gave us those unlimited listings. So I took them and put them all back on. And it's funny, when I relisted them, a lot of them sold. So I think that's probably what I need to do with some things is unlist them and relist them. I know there's people who do it. It hasn't always been successful for me, but maybe it's because they were down for like a month before I put them all back on. There you go. I took a bunch of slow moving items down from my store off to the local auction. Yeah, see, I think I need to do that. And it's not because of like fees. And I'm kind of curious for those on eBay. So I have some party supplies that I've been selling. And I was talking to Michelle. I don't know if you're still in here, but we were talking and I said, I think I'm going to take those items and move them to collectibles because I don't want to take them down because they're just not set. People aren't having birthday parties, baby showers, bridal showers. They're not having those big things right now. So I said, I want to take those items down because I'm tired of paying like the fees because I go over my listing fees every month. And I said, I don't want to keep paying those listing fees. Even $1.20 for something I'm only selling for like $6. It's not worth it. And then I was like, you know what I think I'm going to do? Because if I take them down, then I have to remember, like, I don't remember how long, like if I put it under unsold, I think it only stays there for like maybe it's the 3 months. I don't even know. But I don't want to have to retake pictures because I don't know where my pictures are from those that I listed 2 years ago. So I went and edited them and put them into collectibles because I get unlimited. I get like 50,000 collectibles. And I noticed they had Halloween costumes under collectibles. So I took all of my Halloween costumes that are under like party supplies costumes and moved all of them to collectible costumes. So I think I'm going to be doing that to more items when I do my inventory, things that have been sitting around for a while that I really don't want to pay insertion fees on anymore. I'm going to move them to some type of collectible. It's amazing what's actually in the collectible category that you can almost kind of make your item fit into that category. Hey, Jason. Hello, I just joined the channel recently, looking to start using distributors to get ungated in certain areas, but I am hesitant. Any tips? I've been chatting away on Instagram with a couple people who are are looking on getting ungated and stuff. And I do have a video out there on getting ungated and toys. I've gotten great feedback on that, so definitely check that out if you haven't already seen that. And you can use pretty much that same like tactic for most of your ungating. There are some things that are tougher to get ungated in, like Nike and Adidas, some of the big names. There are some names you can't get ungated at all in, like Oral-B, from what I understand. So I would just make sure that before you order from a distributor or a wholesaler, that you've heard from somebody, you've got a referral, so you know that they are an approved one. There are some that we used to use, like Dollar Days, that I guess Amazon is now not accepting those invoices. So just make sure that it's somebody that you're not going to want to, fork out a couple $100s for some products, get them in, and then have Amazon say no, and you're stuck with the product. Most of my products that I've used to get ungated in, I have not made money on them. So you kind of also have to go into that thinking that, all right, I'm doing this just to get ungated. Like, I'm going to get ungated in Disney because I know that I see so much Disney stuff out there for RA and OA that I will more than make up the cost of spending $150 to get ungated in Disney. So that's the tip I have for you on that. I don't know. I was just thinking, I don't know if there's any other companies I really want to get ungated in. I wouldn't mind getting Carhartt, and somebody gave me a referral for where I can get that. It may have been you, Laura, actually, that told me where to get Carhartt. And then, I still don't have VTech. So many of my friends have gotten auto ungated in VTech. Oh, no, I cannot get VTech. I really want VTech. The other thing to remember is sometimes you'll get ungated. Like, I was scanning. So I was doing my FBA shipment, and I put this in it. These Olaf frozen pajamas, right? I even got my label, everything all ready to go. And it pops up actually telling me that I am gated in this brand, which I'm like, what brand am I gated in? Because I can sell Disney. I can sell Frozen. I got ungated in both Disney and Frozen. But it might be this American Marketing Enterprises, maybe. I don't know. But I couldn't sell these. So I'm like, that stinks. So there are, every now and then, there's things I can't sell that I get ticked off on. Like I'm ungated in Adidas, but there's some Adidas or Under Armour items that I can't sell. Let's see, where did I leave off? Spent a lot of resources getting brand ungates. Yeah. There's some that I've gotten gated in. Let's say like Melissa and Doug, right? I ordered some stamp sets, which I sold all of them on eBay pretty quickly too. But I hardly ever see profitable Melissa and Doug items out there. Hey, Romeo, what is restriction means in Amazon? So restriction means you just can't sell it. So sometimes it'll say that you're not approved. And if you're not approved, you can especially on your phone app, you can ask to get approval. And sometimes you'll be auto approved. Other times you'll have to submit an invoice. Restricted usually means they're not even accepting invoices, which that's what I had happen to me. I was selling like over the counter, like Advil and Tylenol and stuff like that. And I was selling that all through beginning of the year. And all of a sudden I got I got restricted in it. And a lot of my friends were able to continue selling it, which is so weird because I don't know how come they restricted me, but I couldn't even get a wholesale invoice and get auto ungated in it. They gated me and they won't even let me apply to get ungated. So I don't think it was anything I was doing. I think they just decided they didn't want as many people selling the stuff. I don't know. I would see that sometimes too, like on Lego. So I'm ungated in Lego, and there are some Legos that I am restricted in. Lego Friends. Like, I can't sell Lego Friends, which is really weird. I've sold twice the amount of Christmas lights this week than I did in the last fourth quarter. Really? Price the same, had the buy box for 2 days and got cleaned out. That is amazing. I've been selling Christmas ornaments. What was the other thing I thought? Oh, like I have a Christmas outfit It's like a tunic. It's a brand new. And I sold that. I'm like, who needed a Christmas tunic after Christmas? It's just very weird. Very weird the stuff you sell. I just sold Walmart had their like village items, and I just sold the greenhouse on Etsy. Thank you very much. Well, you're welcome. So I'm only going to hang out for about an hour today because I got to bring my mother home from her surgery. She's been with me the last couple of days and get her set up. And I also sold something I'm out of stock on. I canceled it. It's on Etsy. And it was actually a planner. And the person was really, really like disappointed because they can't get that planner in the country they live in. I get a lot of international buyers on planners and calendars and stuff. So I got to run out and see if I can find another one. They don't even care the style. They just want that one brand. So I got to see if I can find another one. I haven't been able to find any, but all right. So what else was my 2021? Inventory. So I guess that's my focus for this month. It's not really 2021. So I really need to do inventory. If you have never done inventory, if you are an eBay, FBM, any of that seller, I highly suggest that you take the time and double check that what's on eBay is what you have on hand, and what you have on hand is already listed on eBay if it's in your listed pile. There were so many items I found last year that were not listed on eBay anymore. Somehow they disappeared off from eBay, but they were in my bins as being listed. So there are glitches. We know glitches happen on eBay, and you wouldn't want things to be sitting around that you think are listed for sale and they're really not. So it's also a good time to kind of look at the item specifics are going to be changing this year. There's some that are going to be required, so it gives you a chance to edit that. I took the time last year and adjusted all of my prices on things, especially if it's been sitting around for 6 months up to 2-3 years. Some of my items were. And then, of course, I switched everything to free shipping. So I changed all my prices because I changed it to free shipping and then added the shipping into my price. So all of that I kind of went through and changed last year. And I plan on kind of doing that same type of thing again, but just the inventory. So if I go, what I do is I go and I print off my inventory sheet. So you go to eBay on your listed active items, you can print that. And then I take a tote out and you can sort it by custom SKU. So I can say, okay, here's tote A, what's in tote A, what's listed, and kind of match it all up. And then it also gave me a times there was, I have some totes that are, half full. So I was able to consolidate some and empty out some totes. So I felt like I have more space, which is what I need right now. Space. I am dying. I need space. I did a full inventory in November and found so much that wasn't listed on eBay. Yes, that I know I put there. I mean, if it's in my tote, it's listed. So if it's all of a sudden not listed, something happened that made it not listed. Or I have some Amazon FBM totes, or where I would list things and I would get like a high price alert. And sometimes I just get tired of those and I'll just take the item down or whatever, but the item still sits in my tote and I forgot to do something else with it. And I know I have some items here that are FBM that I pulled back from Amazon. I relisted them FBM with the hopes that I would be taking pictures and cross-posting to eBay. And I know there's some here that I have not done that with yet. I know there's some here that I probably would have maybe sold on eBay during Q4 had I done that. So I kind of kicking myself. But it gives me a chance to kind of catch all that stuff up. So next is organizing. I need to figure out what to do with my FBM items because there are some things like not those right here next to me. So I got some. Last year I was selling canning lids and I was selling them so fast that there was no time for me to even put them away in a tote because I would get 50, list them, and they were gone. So I would just go source and leave them right here next to my chair because I knew I'd be packaging them the next day. I'm hoping I can continue to do that. So right now I'm selling something that sells pretty quickly. Not as quick as that because I'm dealing with some price tankers that have slowed stuff down, but I got stuff that sells pretty quickly. And I have talked to my sister about this. I love chasing after just that one thing. And I'm okay if that's all I do with Amazon, honestly, because it's just fun. It's the thrill and the rush. And, I don't need to be $1 million seller on Amazon. That's not in my business plan. That's not what I want. I don't need that financially. I don't, but watch it, because some $1 million sellers only net like $15,000 a year. So just because somebody sells $1 million doesn't mean they're pocketing $1 million. So I'm hoping to continue to do that. So I want to find some space for those type of items, but then there are items that I only have on FBM that I don't cross post to eBay. I've had some issues. That's actually what my travel time chit chat I think may have been about, was I've never had an issue cross posting. I've listed things, and very, very rarely did they ever sell from both platforms at the same time. That has not been the case this year. I've had many items. So if I'm listing FBM, I almost never put it on eBay unless it's something that I pulled back from FBA, and then I'll relist it FBM, because surprisingly, it's funny how something won't sell for a year FBA. I'll pull it back, put it on FBM for almost the same price, and it sells. I don't get it. But so I've been cross-posting a lot of those items, but there are some more that I need to do. But I've been dealing with things selling on both platforms, which is the issue I have right now with my Etsy sale. I had sold it on eBay earlier this week, and I'm all out of stock. So I have been dealing with that a lot, and I debated back and forth of whether or not it's worth it to keep cross-posting because of the issues of having to cancel. And right now I'm slated to be above average on eBay, so I might lose my top rated status because of it. I don't know, but the profits, like I've been cross-posting the eBay and the Etsy, and my Etsy sales were over $4,000 in December. So, I think it was worth it in the long run, even if I had to cancel some sales. So, well, good morning, Gary. So let's see. Organizing. So I need to find space here that right now my FBM is intermingled with my eBay. So when I list something that's on FBM and eBay, I want it to be in a specific area. So I automatically know whenever I go and grab something from that area, I need to go to eBay or Amazon and take it off. My husband's bringing my mail. Actually, hold on just a second. Hey, I have to print the labels for Amazon.
Oh, they're already in the car.
No, well, there's some boxes that don't have labels on them.
You should put them over here.
So yeah, so that's not good, and I'm on YouTube right now. Whoops. He grabbed them. Well, just check and see. If it doesn't have a label, don't bring it. But 2 of them do have labels. Sorry about that. I don't want him to bring them all the way to UPS and leave them, and then UPS doesn't even know who they belong to. All right, so inventory. And I only got 10 more minutes anyhow. I gotta stop because I gotta bring my mama home, and I got stuff I gotta do today. So yeah, organizing. That's like big for me. I need to figure out and get stuff organized. Bye, Phil. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. And then my last goal for this year is me time. So Q4, I was just so busy working 7 days a week, come down here at 6 a.m. and I wasn't leaving here till most of the time I would leave here at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. But I gotta be honest, I was falling asleep at like 7 at night. That's probably why I was waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning. But I want to get back to like a normal sleeping schedule would be nice. But I definitely want to make sure I take time. I did take some time this well, I shouldn't say during quarter four. I did take some time, and my mom and I were making those little Santas with the masks on them for ornaments, which did very, very well for me on eBay. I think I calculated I made $600 profit on those. And that was really fun because it was a time for my mom and I just to kind of hang out and do some crafts. And I know that she's saying that's one thing she really wants to keep doing. She wants to make some Valentine gnomes. So I want to make sure I have time for that. And I did ask my husband whether or not he feels I need to give him more time because I feel like it's so easy to kind of, leave your family aside. And my kids are growing, they're out of the house. It's just my husband and I. So, I mean, I come down here and work all day. I go upstairs and then I go to bed. Like I'm exhausted. So we've actually been watching Star Wars at night. We're watching the whole series of them, all of them. So we've been doing that. But I did tell him that, when we spend time together, I just want to make sure it's not just whatever he wants to do, which his is, let's go out and do something on our 100 acres. Like it's always outdoor stuff. I live in New York. It's cold here. I do not like the cold. So I just got to find time for me and find more time for him. And hopefully get back to even making supper. Cause I've been so tired. I go upstairs and I'm just like, what's for supper? Thankfully he's been jumping in and cooking some, but it's not even, we haven't even really been eating dinner. Sometimes it's just like, I'm just going to make some toast or, I don't know. I've been eating mandarin oranges. I'm like, I'm just going to eat 3 mandarin oranges for dinner. And then I'm going to bed. I'm so tired. It's just been crazy. So I need to but that's quarter four, right? We know that. We say that all during quarter four. We just keep saying, hey, listen, this is the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. And we gotta just push through it. And this is what we live for. This is, if you're a reseller, quarter four is it. So I want to make sure that I get those. Those were really cute Santas. What is your Etsy store? My Etsy store, let me see if I can grab a link. I changed my name recently because I was doing just vintage stuff. I am, oh, this is, I don't know if this will bring it to you or not. So my store name is Yellow Fox Company. It used to be Yellow Fox Vintage, but now I don't really have much vintage on there. I have some crafts that my mom and I do. Right now it's mostly just planners. I've been selling a lot of planners. International people. I have been doing so much international, a lot of international. Eagle Heart, hello, welcome. Oh, hey, Copper State. As I'm about ready to be closing things down, people are coming in. I like to do 2-hour lives. I think it is helpful, but unfortunately today it's just not going to work out to do 2 hours. I have to stick to an hour. So what's everybody's goals for 2021? Did anybody set any money goals? Like last year I said, I want to do $10,000 a month on Amazon, except for quarter four, I wanted to do $30,000 a month. And I pretty much hit that all the way. I don't know. I didn't do 30,000 though during quarter four for each month. I had a friend who did 70,000 in December though. So proud of him. He's done amazing. And then actually another friend, I don't remember how much, Alyssa, you're probably not in here. Sometimes she pops in. I don't remember how much she ended up doing, but their sales for the year were really great. They did very, very well, but they also they were hustling. I was like, I know what my numbers were like and how much I worked. And I thought, man, I'm tired just looking at their numbers, thinking of how much they had to work. I also wonder though, maybe I'm just not working smarter. Maybe I'm working harder, not smarter. Is that how, I think that's how you say it. So I definitely need to look at my processes, see if there's a way I can do something better to save time and maybe money. That's definitely something I got to do. I'm still using SKU numbers. Lots of items can be easily confused. So far, so good. Yeah. I like using that custom SKU. And I also make sure that I put on eBay, it's in my custom SKU on eBay. But when I list it on Etsy, Macari and Poshmark, I don't put it in on theirs because it makes me have to go back to eBay and look up to find out what tote it's in so I can take it down. But the problem is those planners that I'm selling on Etsy right now, they're right here in totes next to me. And so I don't need to go looking for them. So when something sells, I'll see that something sold and I immediately I'm constantly on my phone just to go and take it down from the other platform. So it's been tough. It's been tough doing both, especially when they're both really active right now. So Laura says, yes, my goal is to double sales again, but actually the better goal is to double my profit. Right, double your profit. So I've been debating on changing my average sale price. You'll hear that a lot, your ASP, and maybe, I was listening to the Bearded Picker today, and I think he said on Amazon he's focusing on, or he's doing currently, I think, only $20 profit per item he's selling. And those are sometimes hard to find. And I don't mind if I can go, if those games would have been those apples to apples would have been an actual product on Amazon. I mean, I would be all right with buying 100 of something and only having $5 of profit if it's something I don't have to polybag, I don't have to bubble wrap it. I mean, if I was doing FBM on that, just throw it into a poly bag and off it goes. It's nice and easy to ship. That's the way it was with I was doing the squashmallows or squishmallows. I don't know how you say that. From Walgreens. Like those are, you just throw them in a poly bag. They're so simple. The canning lids, those were simple. Well, once I got the proper boxes on hand, they were simple. Before that, they were not so simple. But that's one thing. If you're going to source a lot of things, just make sure you got the packaging. If you're going to do FBM or if you're doing it on eBay, and tape. I got to go. I have to reorder tape, my clear tape, because I've been going through so much tape. It's just crazy the supplies you go through when you're shipping a lot of items. Copper says, my goal is to survive 2021. Yeah, well, that is a lot of people's because, my gosh, I hope you survive. Wouldn't want anybody to get the coronavirus and get really sick from it or get anything else, right? Or survive, you get a heart attack from the stress of working too hard. So definitely don't want to be doing that. I do at least $15 profits, Westside Gary. Oh, that's good. I don't. And I've thought about, do I just need to do that? Do I need to focus on higher profits? And I'm thinking about maybe doing that with Amazon. And except if it's something that sells really fast. Like I was mentioning, calendars. Right now we're selling really fast. And so if you can pick up a calendar and I can sell 20 of them, 50 of them, 100 of them in a day, and they're easy enough to throw into so I had to go out. You have to make sure you have the right bags on hand. So I did buy 12.5 by 15 bags, poly bags, poly mailers to mail calendars in. It's so important because if you put them in, I was doing just my 12 by 8 bags that I sell. This is my size that I use. This size I use for so much stuff, this 12 by 8. Well, when you're going to do a 12 by 12 calendar, I had to cut down the edge of this and overlap it and tape it. That's time consuming when you're sending out 50 calendars. It's so time consuming. So I actually had bought some bags on eBay. I was so excited when they came in last week and I went to use them and my calendar didn't fit. And I'm like, why is this not fitting? And of course, they didn't send 12.5 inch. They sent me only 12 inch. So I just got a partial refund on that because I said, I'll send them back because I paid up thinking I was going to get 12.5 inches. And they said, can we just send you a partial, a 50% refund instead of having you send them back? And I'm like, okay. Because I'll use them for something else. But it left me in a pinch of now I have to have a craft session every time I need to mail out a damn calendar. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess maybe I shouldn't say those words. I just had a sale on Etsy. Oh, and thank you to, I can't remember your name, and I'm sorry I don't have it handy, but I got my first viewer purchase this week. Somebody ordered for me and they told me that they watch my channel. And I've heard that there's other people who get ones like that all the time. And I'm always like, oh, I don't get anything. But I'm always not like putting my channel out there all the time either. And I don't like show you guys what I source all the time because I don't really source, like I'm not doing a lot of thrift store sourcing and stuff like that. So mostly RA. So I don't show you guys just because I don't want price tankers, right? Isn't that what happens? And a lot of times you get price tankers. But yeah, I was excited to see that. So if you ever do buy from me, make sure you leave me a comment. I appreciate it. I just appreciate you guys coming here, and I love having the ability to just sit and talk with you guys. And as you know, when you work by yourself, it can get lonely. And I appreciate Michelle. We do a working hangout. We've been using Facebook Messenger. And again, anybody who's watched I don't know if I did a video. I did do a video on it. I think it was a travel time video. I lost my Facebook account. So if you're in my Facebook group, yeah, I have no control over that group. Facebook has no customer service. There's no email for them, even though I found an email. I've been sending emails, but they don't ever reply to them. Literally, I was sending them every day for the last 12 days, and I didn't do it yesterday. But there's no phone number. There's nothing. There's nothing. So if somebody takes over your account, and I cannot figure out for the life of me how somebody was able to take over my Facebook account, how they were able to change my email address and my password. I am the person in my family people go to find out if a website is safe, to find out if this and that. And I'm always telling my mom, don't click on links and don't give this information on the phone and don't do that. I would never give anybody my password ever. And I cannot figure out how somebody figured that out. No idea. Hey, Lisa, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. So I lost it and I can't seem to get it back. And it bothers me considerably because I had spent a lot of time on talking with Michelle, and I put on a bunch of items on Facebook Marketplace. It was the week of Christmas because my account got hacked on the night of the 26th. And I had so many, and I was talking to a lady about some slippers I was selling, some Baby Yoda slippers that I had gotten, and stuff. So I'm like, I have a feeling she ordered because that's pretty much what the conversation was about. She was going to place an order for 2 pairs, and I don't know if there's orders out there. It's just crazy. I've contacted Facebook and they replied maybe because it was for business, linking shop and Instagram. How did you contact them though? So I created another account. So anybody who was friends with me on Facebook, you might see Tammy Robinson. That's my maiden name, Robinson. And my family used to call me Tammy when I was younger. So I created an account like that just so I can still have it for right now. It's just my immediate family that I'm friends with. I've decided I want to start friending a bunch of people because I'm still hoping I can get my account back. But I did send a message to Facebook. So if you go to Facebook's Facebook page and you click on message, it's just it's just this Autobots. It's not real people. And it just pretty much is their help page on Facebook. And I made a comment on one of their posts saying, hey, I really need to reach out. I need to talk to somebody. And somebody replied and gave me a link from Facebook to their help page, which I've done that. It's not working. When you go to that and you say, I think my account's been hacked, they say, well, let's reset your password. But it comes up with the hacker's email. The code keeps getting sent to the hacker's email. So how is that helping me when they've changed that information? It's just been this vicious cycle. So I don't know how else to contact them. I have actually tweeted them, Instagram them. I've been all over. I just want my account back. And I'm okay. I mean, if I lose my Facebook group, thankfully we weren't that that big of a group and wasn't that active. My sister, and I had asked my sister to be an admin, and she actually saw when I told her to go in and leave a message on the group that my account had been hacked. And she saw that I had asked her to be an admin, and she thought it was the hackers that asked her, so she declined it. So now I have no admin. So there's nobody there to like do anything with the group. Um so it shows me part of the hacker's email. It's a Hotmail account. And at one time I was able to see the whole email, but I haven't been able to get back to that page where I saw that whole thing. Because they send you an email saying somebody, or you've changed your account, your email address, or you've changed your password. And that was in my email address for my Facebook account. And it says, if you changed it, don't do anything. But if you didn't change it, click here. And I clicked it and I said, hey, whatever. So I think they may have locked my account down. So I don't think the hacker is able to do anything in the account, but I'm not able to get the account. And I don't know. It's just really frustrating because I keep going and checking and it doesn't look like they're doing anything within my account. I mean, they might be using Messenger, but none of my friends have stated they've gotten any messages. So I don't really know what's going on. But I don't know. All right. Well, we're at the hour though. So I do want to let you guys go. And I am hoping to come on live more often. And I probably will start doing it later in the afternoon because I feel like later in the afternoon, I get more viewers that come in. And, it's always fun when you have people that are chatting to kind of drive the conversations. And hopefully I'll be doing even more videos. If you haven't seen my planner video I put out on Monday, go watch it because there's something about a giveaway in there. So you might want to see if something you want to win. Have you tried to sign in on desktop, not just your phone? Yeah, I've tried it all. And I've even done different computers. It actually tells me that at some point, so when I realized that I had gotten hacked, I did go through and did all this stuff, and it did say something about like it knew my network, and it had me change my password, and I changed it. But when I use that password to try and log back in, it keeps telling me it's wrong. So I don't know. So that's why I think it did lock it down at some point because of what I did when I realized it had been hacked. But nothing I'm doing is working. There was something where you could upload your driver's license. So I have a picture of my driver's license now. I tried to upload it, but it just spun and spun and spun and spun. And I left it on for like 3 hours. I finally shut it down, tried it again. It just kept spinning after an hour. I just shut it down again. So I don't think that part of their website's working. I don't know what else to do. To get my Instagram back. Yeah, nope, not working. So hopefully it hasn't affected my Instagram. But it was weird. So I had just done all those marketplace listings. And somebody said that the same thing happened to them after they had done a bunch of marketplace listings. So they think it has something to do with marketplace with the hacking. And then the day before on Christmas Day, I had linked my Instagram to my Facebook because you can do that. And I had never done that. And then this happened. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. I seriously cannot figure out how anybody, because they send you a code on your phone. Like nobody had access to my phone, and it doesn't look like they access my email because they send you another code in your email, and nothing has gone in or out of my email. You would think if you were going to hack, you would do more than just take over somebody's Facebook. I don't know. I've been waiting for a ransom, like asking me for money to get my account back, but nothing's come through. I have no idea. No idea. And I can just not figure out how it happened because everything is so locked down with me. So I'm just very aware of that type of stuff. I don't click on anything. I just don't do that. But all right. I am going to let you guys go. I just see, 2-step authentication. They set that up on my thing, on my email. Cause at one point they told me to go to the QR or whatever. But it's Facebook's and I don't have that set up. I have it set up for Google and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do that because they set it up. So they took over my account, changed my password, changed my email, and set up 2-step authentication on my account. All right. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. I got to go bring my mama home and feed her some lunch. And I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you have an awesome 2021. So get out there and get it going. All right. See you later. Bye.